Hello, Spring developers. Welcome back to our Spring Boot series. Today, we're diving into how annotations can simplify your Spring configurations, making your development process cleaner and more efficient. Whether you're new to Spring Boot or looking to refresh your knowledge, this video is for you. Let's get started. Gone are the days of sifting through endless XML files for Spring configurations. Annotations have revolutionized the way we set up our Spring applications, making code more readable, maintainable, and reducing boilerplate. Why annotations? Why shift to annotations? It's simple. Annotations reduce boilerplate, increase readability, and offer a type-safe way to configure your Spring applications. Imagine decluttering your project from lengthy XML files and embracing a sleek, annotation-driven approach. Core annotations for dependency injection and components. In the heart of Spring's simplification are the @component, @service, @repository, and @controller annotations. They're like your project's backbone, helping Spring to auto-detect and manage beans. With @autowired, Spring cleverly injects dependencies where needed, no manual effort required. @component scan. It tells Spring where to look for annotated components. Instead of defining all your beans in XML files, you can use this annotation to automatically detect and register them. @component, @service, @repository, @controller. These annotations mark a class as a Spring component, service, repository, or controller, respectively, making them candidates for auto-detection when using annotation-based configuration and class path scanning. @autowired. It allows automatic dependency injection. Instead of manually wiring beans in the configuration file, you can annotate fields, constructors, or setter methods in your component class to autowire beans by type. Configuration and bean definitions. Next, let's talk about configuration and bean definitions. The @configuration and @bean annotations allow us to define our beans directly within our code, offering a powerful alternative to XML configuration. @configuration. It marks a class as a source of bean definitions. The class itself is treated as a bean. @bean, used at the method level, it indicates that a method produces a bean to be managed by the Spring container. Instead of defining beans in the XML file, you can annotate methods with @bean in your configuration classes. Aspect-oriented programming. Aspect-oriented programming, or AOP, brings its own set of annotations, such as @enable aspect JAutoProxy, @aspect, and @before. These enable powerful modularization of cross-cutting concerns like transactions and logging. Transaction management. For managing transactions, Spring provides @enable transaction management and @transactional annotation, which enhancing control and simplifying transaction management. Simplifying web development. Web development is also streamlined with annotations. @enable web MVC, @REST controller, and request mapping annotations guide Spring in handling web requests, making RESTful service development a breeze. @enable web MVC. It adds support for Spring MVCs @controller annotation processing. @REST controller. It is a specialized version of @controller that simplifies the creation of RESTful web services. @request mapping, @get mapping, @post mapping, etc. These annotation map web requests to Spring controller methods. Fortifying applications with Spring security. As we venture further into the realm of Spring, we encounter the fortress of Spring security, a cornerstone for protecting our applications. With Spring Security, we harness the power of annotations to fortify our applications against the ever-present threats in the digital world. First up, @enable web security, the gatekeeper activates Spring Security's web support, setting the stage for a secure application. It's like raising the drawbridge to guard against unwanted guests. Next, we enlist the services of @preauthorize and @secured annotations, our vigilant sentinels. These annotations ensure that only users with the right credentials can access certain functionalities, creating a selective barrier that filters out unwelcome visitors based on their authorities. Embracing Spring Boot. Lastly, we board our Spring Boot application rocket, blasting off into Spring Boot's universe. This annotation combines at configuration, at enable auto configuration, and at component scan into a powerhouse, propelling your Spring applications with minimal fuss. And there you have it, the art of simplifying Spring configuration with annotations. We've journeyed through component scanning, configuration, AOP, transaction management, web development, and embraced the simplicity of Spring Boot. Each annotation plays a crucial role in refining and enhancing your Spring applications. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tutorials in our Spring series. Until next time, happy coding!